Alright, today in this video I'll be teaching how to play the song titled Do It Again by Elevation Worship. Please take note, there are actually different versions of this particular song titled Do It Again. We're going to be focusing on the Elevation Worship version. Now, I would also be giving you varieties of ways, that is, if you don't want to stick to the Elevation Worship's version. And also take note that I'm doing this video in response to a request that somebody made that I teach how to play the song titled Do It Again. So if you want to make a request on a song that you'd like to learn, do not hesitate to leave a comment in the comment section, or you send me a message directly, and hopefully I'll be able to help you. So without wasting so much time, let's get straight into business. All right. So there's certain things I need to point out first and foremost before we move into the tutorial itself. Now, number one is your hearing. Your hearing plays an important role if you really want to be a good keyboard player, singer, bassist, drummer, as long as music is concerned. Your hearing plays an important role because what I'm going to be teaching you are actually things I was able to pick out while I was listening to the song. So it simply means there's a place of hearing and there's also a place of knowledge, because knowledge now gives you options of what it probably might be, because at some point you might not be able to hear everything on the go, but your hearing alone gives you a clue of what you're trying to do. Then knowledge expands it, gives you variations. All right, let's move into the song. Let's start from the intro. We have this according to Elevation Worship's version. All right, so it's very important that you keep the timing in mind. That's depending on how you're actually going to be doing the song. Now, I believe the reason why this was actually played in this register, the speech register. Now, don't make that mistake of trying to do. This alone gives you a different mood entirely. So I believe the reason why it was actually played in this register was because they were trying to create a calm atmosphere, something that is not all over the place. Now, I'll give you the reason when you probably might not need to do that this way. Now, let's take, for instance, if you want to play it this way. All right, let me give you an instance when you probably need to play it this way instead of the Elevation Worship's way. Let's take, for instance, you want to do a list of songs in your praise and worship, and you happen to have Do It Again on the second song on your list or the third song on your list. Now, there's no right or wrong way to do this. This is just a matter of preference. If for any reason we decided to choose Do It Again as the second or third song, I would prefer to use this instead of using this. The reason is because when Do It Again is the second song or the third song, the music probably should have a reason, should be at that peak, at that point in time. So I don't want to bring it down. Like I said, it's a matter of choice. You can also go up and come back down. There's no problem with that. It's a matter of choice. There's no right or wrong way to do that. So let's break down these chords now. For the elevation worship version, we have as the first chord. So what you need to do, on your right hand you're playing the B flat, A, then you now play this chord. So you can choose to either play it like this, that's by adding the B flat on your left, or you take it out, your choice. So, but on your left hand you're having your E flat and E flat. On your right hand you're having your G, B flat and D. All right, so let's move to the next chord. The next chord is this. All right, so on your right hand you're playing the B flat, A, then you now play this chord. On your left hand you're playing the B flat and F, while your right hand you're playing your B flat and C. It's a choice. You can decide to play just B flat on your left, while on your right hand you're playing your F, B flat and C, depending on the one that tends to be comfortable for you. Then the next chord that we have is this. All right. Now on your right hand you're playing the B flat, A, then you play this chord. On your left hand you're playing your E flat and the E flat. On your right hand you're playing your G, B flat and C. All right. So the next chord we have is this. All right. So on your right hand you're playing the B flat and A. Then you play this chord. On your left hand you're playing the B flat and F. Right hand you're playing the B flat and D. That's a choice. You can decide to play just B flat on the left hand, while your right hand you play the F, B flat and D, depending on the one that appears to be comfortable for you. So it's a choice. All right. Then the next chord you have is this. So the only difference was we took this note that was supposed to be here and we brought it back. That's different. All right. So on your left hand you're playing your B flat and F, while your right hand you're playing your B flat and C. Like I said, it's a choice. So if you want to play only B flat on your left hand, your right hand has to do F, B flat and C. So this is what I mean. The B flat and F, left hand, right hand you're doing B flat and D. So it's easier for this to move to this, which simply means your left hand is still holding the B flat and F. So the only thing that moves is just the D moving to the C. That's if you're using two notes on your left hand. So the only thing that moves is just this. But if you're using just one note on your left hand, you would have this. Do you understand? So that's only your right hand. All right. So that's what you have played twice. So we have ba dum ba da dee da You understand? So you observe that the last two chords, it's a time that was broken into two. So you have all right.
If you like this video, don't forget to click the like button. That way I will know that you like content like this, and I'll be able to create more contents like this for you.
The other way that I said you could probably play that, so which is this. All right, but now we are not in this register again. So remember, we're in this register. So now on your right hand, you're doing octaves. You're playing B flat and B flat on your right hand. So you have, so B flat and B flat, then A and A. So you have, then you play this chord. All right, so on your left hand, you're playing the E flat, B flat, and F. While on your right hand, you're playing the B flat, D, and G. So what you have on your left hand is actually called a quintal. So then the next chord that you have is this. So on your right hand, you're still playing octave. B flat and B flat, then A and A. Then you play this chord. On your left hand, you're playing the B flat and F. Right hand, you're playing B flat, C, and F. Then the next chord we have this. This is actually a strange one though. So, but this is actually a matter of choice, because normally you should have the chord like this, but I don't want to do that. So I'd rather play it this way, because this is actually not so prominent. So, or you do this, but it's better to just do this. So on your left hand, you have your E flat, B flat, and F. Your right hand, you have your B flat, C, and G. So don't forget you're playing your B flat and A before you play that chord. Then the last chord we have is this. All right, so on your right hand, you're playing the B flat and A octaves. Then you play this chord. On your left hand, you have your B flat and F. Right hand, you have your B flat, D, and F. Then the next thing you need to do is just move the D to C. So moving the D to C, that's the next chord. So on your left hand, you still have your B flat and F. On your right hand, you have your B flat, C, and F. All right, I hope you understand what's going on.
Don't forget to hit the subscribe button so that you don't miss out on more videos like this.
So now when the song actually starts, when you have walking around those walls, I know by now they fall, but you have never failed me yet. You can just choose to keep it straight as a choice. So basically what you're just doing is this chord and this chord. But now if you want to follow the way it was actually played, the elevation worship, you play it the same way we played the intro. So you have walking around these walls, I know by now they'd fall, but you have never failed me yet. Do you understand? So basically you're playing the same chords. So the only thing you add is just back to the chord again. So in summary, this is what I mean. First chord, like we learned in the intro, left hand E flat and E flat, right hand G, B flat and D. Then the next chord, left hand we have B flat and F, right hand we have B flat and C. Next chord, left hand we have E flat and E flat, right hand we have G, B flat and C. Next chord we have this. Alright, so we have this. Left hand you're playing B flat and F, right hand you're playing B flat and D. So the only thing that changes is just the D moving to the C. So your left hand is still playing the B flat and F, your right hand is playing the B flat and C. So that's what's happening. So you play that twice.
If you like this video, don't forget to click the like button. That way I will know that you like content like this, and I'll be able to create more contents like this for you.
Before we move to your promise still stands, great is your faithfulness, faithfulness. I'm still in your hands, this is my confidence. You've never failed me yet. All right, so let's just talk about this other part before we move to what happens later on. All right, you have this. So on your left hand you're playing your G and D, right hand you're playing F, B flat and D. So it gives you your promise still then stands. So this is the next chord. So the next chord, on your left hand you have your A, right hand you have your F, A and C. Great is your faithfulness. Your left hand you have your B flat, your right hand you have your F, B flat and D. Then you have this. On your left hand you have your E flat and E flat, right hand you have your F, G, B flat and E flat. So if you put everything together, this is what you have. Your promise still stands, great is your faithfulness, faithfulness. The same thing again, I'm still in your hands, this is my confidence. You've never failed me yet.
Don't forget to hit the subscribe button so that you don't miss out on more videos like this.
Now, after this part, they actually went back to that intro again. But now you play the intro differently now. So when you come from your promise still stands, great is your faithfulness, faithfulness. I'm still in your hands, this is my confidence. You've never failed me yet. I know by now they'd fall. Do you understand? So it's different from what you played in the intro. So all you simply did was this. I know by now. Then you move back to the verse again, like what you played before. All right, so let's break that down. You have this. On your left hand, you're playing your D and D. On your right hand, you're playing your F, B flat, and D. So don't forget, it comes from here. Your promise still stands. Great is your faithfulness, faithfulness. I'm still in your hands. This is my confidence. You've never failed me yet. You understand? So you have to go to this chord first before you start doing. All right. So we've talked about this chord. So let's talk about this now. So it's like what we did in the intro. So you have on your right hand, you play B flat, A, then you play this chord. On your left hand, you're playing your E flat and E flat. Right hand, you're playing your G, B flat, and D. All right. So same thing, you're actually just playing that like 2 times. So let me break it down. This is what you have first, just for clarity. Then you have this B flat, A, and this chord. Then you go back to that chord again. Then you play the B flat and A, then this chord.
If you like this video, don't forget to click the like button. That way I will know that you like content like this, and I'll be able to create more contents like this for you.
Then this brings you back to the verse again, and we repeat that again. I know by now they'd fall. Now it's now a choice for you to probably use any versions and the verse. It all depends on how you want to approach the song and how you want it to sound, because at this point the drums now comes in, so you could change the way you're actually playing it. Maybe if you are doing this, you can do this, then so it doesn't appear to be too much, but I'll still break it down for the ones that will be able to follow up or that also need some varieties. So you could do this. So where your left hand, you're playing your E flat, B flat, and F. Right hand, you're doing your B flat, D, and G. Then the next chord, you're playing this. The left hand, you're playing B flat and F. Right hand, you're playing B flat, C, and F. Then the next chord, you're doing this. Left hand, you're playing your E flat, B flat, and F. Right hand, you're playing B flat, C, and G. All right. So the next chord, you're playing this. Left hand, you're playing your B flat and F. Right hand, you're playing B flat, D, and F. So on your right hand is just the D moving to the C. So that's the next chord. So it simply means you have on your left B flat and F, on your right B flat, C, and F. All right. So like I said, you might decide not to use this one. You can still use the first one. It's a choice. If it tends to be too much for some of you, just use the first one. It still works. There's no problem with that. All right. So let's move to the other part, which is like towards the end, where you have if I want to follow the melody. I can either do this it's a choice. Another option is this. So it's a choice. You can mix both as well. So the first one we have is this. On your left hand, you're playing your D and A. Right hand, you're playing C, F, A. Then you have next chord. Left hand, you're playing the E flat and B flat. Right hand, you're playing D, G, and B flat. Then you have this. Next chord. Left hand, you're playing the A. Right hand, you're playing C, F, A. Then the next chord. Left hand, you're playing the B flat. Right hand, you're playing the D, F, and B flat. Your choice.
Don't forget to hit the subscribe button so that you don't miss out on more videos like this.
So, but if you want to play alongside with the melody, or you can simply do this. Alright, so let's break that down. We have this. Left hand, you're playing the D, A, D. Right hand, you're playing the A, C, F. Next, you have this. Left hand, you're playing the E flat, B flat, and E flat. Right hand, you're playing the B flat, D, and G. Next chord, you're playing this. Left hand, you're playing the A. Right hand, you're playing the F, A, C. Then the next chord, you have this. Left hand, you're playing your B flat. Right hand, you're playing the F, B flat, and D.
If you like this video, don't forget to click the like button. That way I will know that you like content like this, and I'll be able to create more contents like this for you.
Now, I've given you variations of how you can probably play the song. So it's a choice. Choose whichever one that works best for you. If you don't want to do too much, just take a particular one. Just choose the one that works best for you. Thank you so much, and see you on the next video.
Don't forget to hit the subscribe button so that you don't miss out on more videos like this.